All right, here's the next step in the cookie making. We need to put the dough into our clear part of the cookie press. And I do have a lot more dough because this makes 7 to 8 dozen cookies. So I'm just going to show you one pan of the cookies and then put those in the oven. So a few things about the pan. I did put the pan in my freezer to chill, okay? So either in your freezer, if there's room on the top of everything in your freezer, just put it in there. Or if you have someone in your fridge, okay? It's helpful because a big part of the Spritz cookies are making sure they take the shape of the stencil that is on the back of it. So I'll show you a few of them that I'll probably use because they're a little Christmassy. So this one could look like a snowflake or a star. The Christmas tree is a big one, okay? Or if you didn't make it for Christmas, it could be just a regular tree. Here's a couple others that look like stars or snowflakes, okay? It's hard to do backwards here to the computer screen. So anyway, I would chill your pan, especially if you preheat your oven and your kitchen feels a little bit warm. Another thing I would do is put some sprinkles on or any decorations. If it needs to stick to the cookie, I would put those on before they bake. If you forget or you do want to do them after and they're not sticking, I would try sprinkling a little bit of water from your fingertips onto the cookie so that the sprinkles or your decorations that you choose do stick if they are not. Another thing is the pan should be ungreased, okay? A few things about that. If you grease the pan and it's very oily with the cooking spray, the cookies are going to spread. And that's another reason we want to try and chill the pan because we are not chilling the dough. Remember, we said if the dough was too hard, it may not come out of the cookie press. So that is why it may be a better idea to chill your pan. The other thing, I'll show you how to get the cookie press ready and where to put the stencil. So your ungreased pan. Also, sometimes if you did the parchment paper, when you go to put the cookie down and pull the cookie press up, it is very likely that the cookie press will pick up the parchment paper. So remember, there's 3 sticks of butter in here, so that's another reason it's not as crucial that you grease your pan. So what I'm going to do is this part of the cookie press does move up and down like this, okay? You will turn it, so there's actually little ridges. There's one side, I think you can see it like here, it's face forward. There's some ridges. So eventually, when you move the cookie press, if you don't have the ridge side forward, it will easily move up and down. But eventually, I want this part on the bottom, okay? And I want to turn it so the ridges face forward. Because as I press the handle, okay, I will hear, or I should hear, there we go. So actually it has to be toward you, not the computer. I was doing it backwards. So the little ridges should be facing me, and every time I press the handle, I will hear a click, okay? And that's what's going to push the cookie out the bottom, okay? And it's going to take the shape of whatever stencil I put on the bottom. So I'm going to put this into my dough here and get this started. So it should fit in there, and I am going to screw the handle part. There we go. Okay, and then remember I want the ridges facing forward toward me. Okay, and then I want to pick what I want to put on the bottom. And you can see the dough, it's coming out a little bit. I may have put a little bit too much now that I put the handle on. So I'm going to take a little bit out. But what I'm going to do is pick the stencil I want. And I think it's probably fun. I'm sure we want to see some trees or maybe some snowflakes. So why don't we let's do the tree. Okay, now another thing, you probably can't see it, but it does tell you on here which side needs to be faced up. Okay, and that's because I know you can't see it, but there is a difference in the shape between the part that goes face down on the dough and the part that goes out. So I know you guys can't see it, but it does tell you which side goes out, and you're going to put it on whichever side needs to be up. And then you're going to take the bottom part and you are going to screw it over that. And now you are ready to go. So you have your shape on the bottom, and you are going to have your ridges face forward. And let's see. Oh, the only thing is I kind of want the Christmas tree facing toward me. So I'm just going to move this. Otherwise, I was going to be pressing them upside down. So now the tree will be the right side. Let me screw this back on. So these are fun. They're also Pretty easy to do because if anyone, not that there's anything wrong with making sugar cookies or gingerbread cookies, those are fun too, but those are a rolled cookie, and those you need to roll out, you need a rolling pin. Sometimes you have to flour your surface. So in my mind, those are a little bit more work and a little messier, of course. So I'm ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Basically, all you do is press the handle. Now to get started, depending on how far up the dough is, you may have to crank it a few times, like press the handle a few times before the cookies actually start coming out.